The Bitcoin faithful have many reasons to rejoice. With what is widely seen as a crypto-friendly U.S. administration on the horizon, the digital asset extended its rally and zoomed past $100,000 to set a new record. The latest jump was keyed by President-elect Donald Trump's selection of Paul Atkins to run the Securities and Exchange Commission, replacing Gary Gensler, who cracked down on the crypto industry. The milestone pushed the market value of Bitcoin to just shy of $2 trillion and caps a month-long rally in vindication for permabulls who held fast through the crash of 2022 and the scandals that followed. And they are hungry for more. Bitcoin reaching $100,000 signals the next phase of the bull run, said Fadi Aboualfa, head of research at crypto custodian Copper Technologies. What you need to know today: stocks are peaking too. Global equities have been on the upswing and it looks like the Sanda rally arrived just in time to give them another boost. Tech stocks powered gains in the US, which nudged a gauge of global stocks to a new high. Japan and Taiwan led in Asia, while Singapore's benchmark flirted with a record close, driven by banks rising on optimism over their profit outlook and dividend payouts. South Korea's president is looking to carve out a path to staying in power after his declaration of martial law backfired so spectacularly. The leader of the opposition acknowledged that it might be difficult to find enough support from the ruling party to impeach Yoon Suk-yeol, though Democratic Party leader Lee Jae-myung remains confident that efforts to oust the president will eventually be successful. Regardless of how long Yoon hangs on, his whirlwind fling with authoritarianism has left a nation stunned, the geopolitical order shaken and investors scarred. Emmanuel Macron is looking for another prime minister after the far right joined forces with the left to push through a no-confidence motion against his government over a budget dispute. The president needs to find a premier who can pass a 2025 budget through a deeply divided parliament. But any new leader will face the same financial squeeze that brought down Michel Barnier's administration. The hottest trade on Wall Street has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of Bitcoin's rally, MicroStrategy, as Michael Saylor raised over $6 billion in convertible notes to fund his purchases of the crypto coin. Retail investors became transfixed by his company's more than 500% rally this year. The trade has been particularly popular as a market-neutral arbitrage bet that exploits the surging volatility of the underlying asset. China's stimulus blitz might have fallen short of market expectations, but it still worked for some people. The tycoon behind the Royal Flush trading app has added $6 billion to his wealth since the announcements in September, propelled by a surge in the trading of mainland stocks. Yixing is now worth $9.2 billion after the company is set for its best year in 5 and its shares more than doubled this year. Citigroup lost $17 million on a single trade. One of the largest recent block trades in Australia left the bank with 27 million shares in property firm Goodman Group, more than what it sold in the deal it had fully underwritten. The tribulations for Citigroup underscore the risks of handling large stock sales in a fiercely competitive part of the Asia-Pacific. A Hong Kong shakeup. Chief Executive John Lee delivered a surprise political maneuver of his own, sacking his ministers for tourism and transport. The city is looking to revive tourism, slammed by protests, pandemic border closures and the imposition of national security laws. The culture, Sports and Tourism Bureau was in particular singled out by Lee in his October policy address, when he criticized its failure to release a blueprint for the industry's development. As solar and wind power have taken off around the world, so has the backlash against the waste they generate when the equipment has to be retired. Stories about wind turbine graveyards and solar panels piling up in landfills have gone viral, with anti-green activists seizing on the images as evidence that renewable energy isn't really that good for the planet. But from France to Taiwan, companies are experimenting in ways to recycle discarded solar panels and wind turbine blades.